Hello, everybody. Usually, I'm in a much more controlled environment, but I really like the background here. This sky. It's just so beautiful. Anywho, I'm talking about a movie today called Sin Help, written and directed by Sam Raimi. This is Sam Raimi's first movie that he's like truly done since like Drag Me to Hell from 2009. You could say Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, but excuse me, he didn't really make that movie. He directed it, he didn't write it, he didn't edit it, he didn't even know how long it was gonna be. It's not his film, right? Drag Me to Hell is basically his last film. And if you're unfamiliar with his work, he made the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. He also did the original Evil Dead films, and he also did another movie called Darkman from the 1990s with Liam Neeson. So Sin Help is based about a woman named Linda who was promised a position of VP from a previous boss when he said that his son takes over his position. That guy dies, that his son takes over his position. His son's an asshole. He cheats her out of the position because she's just, she's not really cool. She doesn't dress sexy. She has a hard time communicating with people, even though she's good with numbers. So he's not pleased with her. He's an asshole as well. He wants to give the position to his best buddy. Anywho, they go on a business trip, and the plane crashes. They crash and land on the island. She and him, she and the guy, the asshole boss, they're the only survivors. They're on the island. She's the only one who knows how to do like the whole survival stuff, fishing and all that, making tents, making weapons, all that kind of shit. And that's basically what this movie's about. It's on paper, when you look at the trailer, you might think to yourself, "Oh, I don't need to see this movie. This fucking phone keeps blowing around everywhere." You think to yourself, "I don't need to see this movie. That's all it is. This trailer just told me what's going to happen in this movie or what this movie is about." I'm telling you right now, the trailer does not reveal everything that happens within this movie. There is a lot that happens within this movie that the trailer doesn't show, and I was disgusted, bro. There is a scene in here where she's hunting an animal, and that scene was much more gruesome and just disgusting. I'm gonna give you a warning right now. If you love animals and don't like seeing harm done to animals, you will not like this movie. There was a woman in here, right, when the hunting scene was happening. There was a lady in there. She got up, and I heard her husband say, I'm not staying to watch this. You can go or stay, but I'm leaving." And he got up and left with her. It was disgusting. It was the plane crash scene was already like humorous as hell and violent and just wow. But man, it's just like the movie slowly gets worse and worse and worse on the gruesome. It's funny as hell at points. It is extremely funny, like sickeningly humorous. But the violentness of it and just how grotesque it is, it kind of creeps up on you. Where you're sitting here, you don't think this is a violent movie, and then it gets to the violent shit. So basically, yeah, it comes to a point where if you watch the trailer, it's Linda, the character Linda, going up against her boss character, whose name I cannot remember, played by I can't not remember his name, Dylan O'Brien, something like that. The guy from the Maze Runner films. He's the asshole boss, and that's where the movie is leading up to. The constant battle between him and her, where he doesn't know how to survive on his own, but he wants to leave. She knows how to survive on her own, but she doesn't want to leave. She's in like this little fantasy that they can live there forever, and he'll fall in love with her, and she's happy. She gets to do what she wants to do, to be like play survivor. And I'm telling you when I say this, there is a lot more to this movie than just that. There is a lot more. There is a scene in here as well that has something to do with there's a person in here who gets paralyzed temporarily, right? And something is happening to that person while they're paralyzed. And the entire theater was just fucking groaning, just and like the whole theater was disgusted. It was, you can hear how disgusted the entire theater was. I was disgusted, and I don't usually get disgusted easily. I couldn't watch the scene. It was, yeah. So I would say this movie is kind of a surpriser. I mean, it shouldn't be. It's made by Sam Raimi. That man's a goat, but I just didn't expect what I got out of here. So 1 out of 10, I'm gonna give it. Sorry, I'm freezing my ass off now. I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give it like a very high. I want to give it between a 7.8 or an 8 out of 10. Wait, no, let's do 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5, I'm going to give this 3.9. I feel like there's certain things that could have probably been slimmed down a little bit. We probably could have sacrificed a little bit of, like, just the exploring scene. But other than that, my main thing was, like, it's just nothing really feels like it was eased to you. Like, when it gets to the grotesque and disturbing, violent moments, it really comes out of nowhere, and it catches me. It caught you off guard a few times. It caught me off guard. Other than that, great movie. Go check it out if y'all want to. Peace. I'm freezing.